Tonight, a CBS 2 investigation. Voters casting their ballots from the grave years after their death. We think of it as a part of Chicago's past. We even make jokes about it. But in an election year when vote fraud is a campaign issue, 2 investigator Pam Zeckman found surprising answers to the question, do dead people vote in Chicago?
Susie Salee was buried in 1998, yet records show she voted 12 years later. Victor Crosswell died in 1994, but records show he's voted 6 times since then. And then there's Floyd Stevens. Records show he voted 11 times since his death in 1993.
It's crazy. I don't see how people can be able to do something like that and get away with it.
Those are just a few of the cases we found by merging Chicago Board of Elections voter histories with the death master file from the Social Security Administration. In all, our analysis showed 119 dead people have voted a total of 229 times in the last decade. A Board of Election spokesman says a majority of the dead voters we found were most likely clerical errors involving family members with the same names and addresses.
This is not the bad old days. There are just a few instances here where a father came in for the son or a neighbor was given the wrong ballot application and signed it.
But in some cases, there was no clear explanation. Take Tadeusz Cisla. Records show he voted in 2010, but his nephew, Marek Cisla, says that's impossible.
He died in 1998.
Someone obviously voting for him.
Fraud. That's a fraud.
Some of these could be accidental or just some individual who says, well, I really like such and such a candidate, so I'm going to take advantage of this and vote till they stop me.
Allen says about 60,000 dead voters have been purged from the rolls over the last decade, but we found numerous examples of that not happening. Earl Smith says he reported the 1997 death of his father, also named Earl Smith. And it shows your father voting twice after he died.
Somebody missed the ball.
Allen says the board identifies and removes most dead voters.
Anytime you can clean up the rolls helps reduce and eliminate the prospect of any kind of mistake or fraud.
Robert Salee says he tried to do that by reporting his mother's death multiple times.
They're just not taking her off the rolls.
But they have now. Susie Salee is among the 105 dead voters we found who have now been removed from the rolls. The Chicago Board of Elections continues to investigate others. We did talk to the board about this whole problem and what they can do, what people can do to try to correct it.
And so what are they saying you should do if a relative is in one of these situations?
One of the things that you should do is if you think somebody is on the polls, even if you see on election day that they still are registered to vote, notify the judges. They have a sheet they're supposed to fill out, an edit sheet to get the correction made. Also, if that doesn't work, you can email, mail, or phone the board, and they'll take care of it.
Okay, a lot of options there.
All right. Let the dead fucking live!